Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna talk a little bit about Sulukule. A lot of people want me to record this area and let them know what's going on. So Sulukule was it's pretty old. Some records it shows like in like a 1050s they traveled from India to here Istanbul, and it was back then a Byzantine Empire who built these walls. And so they were living in the area, and then later the empire, they were kind of like blaming them, putting spellings and fortune telling and stuff. So they asked them to go outside the walls, like outside Constantinople. So they were living far away from here. Then 1453, when Fatih Sultan Mehmet, got Istanbul. So he wanted to make this area more socialized, with the people. So he brought the Romanis back to the town, and some of them were outside the walls, but some of them were start living in this area, inside the walls, close to the area. So this is kind of like a all the way from other side, from the Topkapı Palace to the other side. It's pretty far from there. Kind of like they're kind of like on the both edges. So they were living in here and for a long time. And in Ottoman Empire, they were specialized in certain jobs. So and they were very well known with that. Back then they had like a horse carts. They had like a donkey carts and stuff, and they were making some handmade stuff. So they were specialized in certain jobs. So they've been living in this area and also other areas too. Okay, but this is more well known. So on 1950s, they were doing some kind of like entertainment houses in here. So in their houses, they were like they had live music and dancers and stuff, and it kind of like became like a big hit. A lot of famous Turkish artists, they were making reservations to come to these houses and experience it. And then later on I think it was like a 1960s or something, they built this road, and then on the upper side, so they kind of like cut through the some houses. So I believe when they were making that road, there were some houses here too. They said 29 houses of Romanis. So to able to make the road, they had to crush the houses. So half of the area was done, and during 1965 or something. So on 1980s and 85, they were trying to build this area again. Sorry, on 1969. 1969, they wanted to keep the culture here. So they actually made a festival. It was international, called International Jigan Festival. So they were trying to keep it together. So and also on 85, they told to the Council of the Arts, and they want to make the entertainment houses more legal, so it can be like a Turkish like a current Turkish showcases we have. So it could be the same thing. The government's general government said yes, but the local government said no. So it was kind of like on the air. So they still opened them, and it was kind of like a half legal and half illegal. And then they started with the 3 houses, then they ended up being 34 houses, and then they ended up having 3,500 workers working in the houses. Of course, these are the living people, but it shows you how Sulukule, how big it was back then, and how many people were working here, how the culture was very big. So and later in 1990s, there were just like like a headquarter of the police station. One guy, he was kind of like he was kind of like against the kind of little bit the Aryan culture. So he started doing a lot of like kind of like I forgot the name of it, but police they start coming over, and then they were start blaming, and a lot of things were going on. So they were kind of like under control back then. And 1992, the guy who was the government on the local area, he was kind of like against too. So it's all started from them, kind of like all going through. They were going through a lot of like hard times. So in 2006, the government became with this area with the urban transformation project. They are doing this so many places in Turkey. So they said that they're gonna transform this area, and they said their houses are so old. They're gonna build them new houses, and they're gonna live better. Their culture will be alive, and all other things. So they all gave their houses to the government, and they all thought that they're gonna come back and live in these houses. They're gonna have a better lives. So but when they come back after they built these houses, utilities were so expensive, the houses were so expensive that they couldn't afford. So they had to stay where they left. So the culture was gone, because they all moved to the different apartments, and the neighbors are not used to the music, and they are used to making music on the streets here. Their own neighbors wouldn't mind here because they are Romani too. But when they moved to the normal areas, they couldn't play their music any longer. So they were kind of like outside of their own culture. It was very sad. And right now, who lives in here is like you see. I'm gonna record inside the area a little bit. There's 2 Korean restaurants down here, so and you would see some other places, and like people who's living here, some Romanis, they are kind of like richer musician Romanis, or some of them are still can afford and live here. And I asked some people, and they told me there's a lot of Arabic people who had money to buy these houses. I don't think it's like they are Syrian refugees. They're like normal Arabic people who just wanted to buy houses. So they're saying that they live here because they cannot Romanis cannot afford. And I asked some people, is there any more here down to the street? There's still some Romani houses, and now they know what the government did, and they are aware of it, so they don't want to give their houses, but the government still wants the houses from them too, but they are on the down to the street. So it's very sad. And now it's like this place, even people like they don't call this place Sulukule any longer. They call it Edirne Kapı. That's the name of the area. So because it's gone. It's literally gone. Like when we walk in the street, you will see so many cafes and stuff, but you won't see any Romani culture, anyone playing music on the street any longer. And I was actually in here on the 2010, so that was the time this place was under construction, and there were still like a few Romanis left. They stay in their houses, and I saw this area when it was under construction. It was so sad. It was really sad, like you see the whole culture is gone. And I knew back then they were never able to come back, but unfortunately Romani people believed them, and they thought about they would be coming back. So now I'm gonna go inside the area and try to record.